Welcome back, everyone, to another night of the Halo Rec League. It's going to be week 4. We have Premade. Sorry, right as I sneeze. Premade is underway. We're back with a little more action. I apologize for that, as I got dealt on the desk. Welcome back. It's been a while.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a long Christmas break, you know, and I'm ready now to start my, well, belatedly start my new year with some Halo Rec League.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's not even that late anyways, right? We're a couple weeks into the new year. It's all right. So we are going to be underway. It is going to be Worriers versus Inept in a Champion Premade division. Inept, I do believe, is our defending champions as well. They came out on top of Champion in the last season, and they are currently undefeated, as well as Worriers right now. Worriers also, I think, only has played 2 matches, but they're also undefeated. You're going to get some nice shots off there with the shock rifle in play as well. And I'm not entirely sure which version of Recharge we're actually playing on right now. Officially, the Rec League is on the old maps for another week. But some teams, you know, make agreements to do the new stuff, so I'm not exactly sure. I haven't seen, you know, which power-up has actually popped up on the map yet, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer. But as things go, it's going to be, you know, a bit of a point lead right now for the side of Worriers. And, I mean, it's going to be small, it's going to be short, and, you know, that'll probably disappear real quick.
Oh,
this is a new one. This is the new one. I was like, that was not, the smoke shroud was definitely not on the map before, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and I've got to say, you know, with the Christmas break, you know, I was out of town, haven't had a chance to catch up on these new layouts, so I look forward to kind of seeing it as it goes along here and see how it impacts these two teams moving forward. Both teams so far this season are undefeated.
Yeah, but we're going to see how the
shots
shot just runs out. It runs out of bullets at the very last second, but it's still going to be able to get away, but not away fast enough with the camo. Will pop the camo, but will go down. It looks like here. I don't win enough. It's going to be the next one up. It's going to go down as well. It's going to be Inept now, taking this point lead here. They're going to double the points of Worriers as they're going to put it in towards the back pipes area here. Thumpy's going to go down. Jukes finds that. Crayola's going to find RX Lee in the front, and that is going to be the ball picked over up by the side of Worriers here, as they're going to try to pick up some more time. But, you know, I mean, the net's closed, and you can hear Black Sabbath up top is going to fall. Thumpy as well out in mid. Not too much is going to be forced back up.
With that shock rifle, you know. And I've got to say, you know, this is a lot faster than we see a lot of these champion kind of level matches happen usually. I mean, there's so much time on the board. There's still 3.5 minutes left. I mean,
this is...
we could see this go to points.
I mean, they are definitely playing this on, you know, a lot, kind of like what we're used to seeing in the Rec League, right? Where you just play Slayer basically for, you know, 4.5 minutes of the 5 minutes, and then you kind of go, oh yeah, there was an objective that I'm supposed to pick up, and then everyone suddenly remembers the objective exists. Seems like we might be headed in that direction, honestly, but I mean, the 42, like, collective 90 points is actually a pretty good amount of time for recharge for, you know, a Rec League oddball game, because they tend to, you know, not go by like this.
Absolutely, and sure, in like the lower divisions, we'd often see like long holds, long setups, and a lot of time ticked up on that ball. But when we see champions, when we see masters, we rarely see this kind of this level of point scoring going on, and it could just be maybe due to a bit of rust. You know, not every team was able to play last week, as we know. So I believe it's Inept who are coming into the, or sorry, Worriers are coming into this relatively rusty, having played 2 games to Inept's 3. So I mean, that could play a little bit of a factor here coming into the late game, I would say, of this oddball. It's weird to say that with 2.5 minutes left on the clock.
You can see, I mean, the shots are going to be coming through. Jukes is 14-6 right now to lead the lobby. Despite the kill advantage, though, it's not going to be points in favor of the side of Worriers, but as I say that, it's going to take over. Jukes holding that ball is going to pick up the lead for the side of Worriers here, and Inept is kind of just getting forced back. They're losing a lot of the 1v1s here. You can see the kill discrepancies, 14-6, 10-6 right now, and the other 2 players on the team are even. As that's going to be a great reversal there from Crayola. Is looking to make it another, but will get a teammate to trade that one out as well. And this is going to be Inept, you know, trying to fly in towards the ball. It is going to be down here in long, and it will get picked up by Brawling. So Brawling's going to try to run that one back here. And they're going to get that one out of dodge.
That's surprising. I mean, like, he was the last player alive on his team there and was able to pick up the ball and make his way up top, almost leveling the points now. 1 point the difference. I mean, it's early days on the clock. But I mean, when we get to this kind of 60, 70 point range, I mean, we're talking inches between these two teams coming into the last few moments.
Yep, you are going to see as well. Worriers going to pick this up, and they're just going to go back pipes. It's going to be up to Inept to now break in once again. First player up is going to be Jukes. Jukes will find one, and is actually going to take the second one down. Crayola, I think, picks that one up with the nade, and that's going to deflect the push. That's going to be 3 down for Inept. Last one up is Brawling. Going to find one. Looking to make it 2. Finds the double. Gets them both, and that's going to knock the ball out of their hands. So the last one alive. Big play there out of Inept as they're going to go up and try to catch up in points right now.
Absolutely. And, you know, if you are Brawling, you are going to want to get your walking boots on. You do not want to get into a fight. You don't want to start taking damage up here. Unfortunately, walks out front, tosses the ball out. 85 now. Just once, like, no seconds the difference. This is an odd situation as Jukes picks up the ball, puts his team into the lead, and with 12 seconds remaining to take over, like, this is weird. This is a weird game of oddball.
Yeah, but I mean, Jukes has the camo as well, but it's going to be on Inept here to have to break in. They're going through the pipes here, just flooding it through basically to try to get there, and the nades are going to go off, and unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Black Sabbath just naded himself in the face. But that is going to cost him round number 1, and Worriers are going to take that one.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there. You had to throw that grenade, and, you know, you still push in. Maybe you get one shot off before you meet your maker, but unfortunately for Thumpy there, did eat it. But yeah, these opening exchanges now kind of getting very kind of punchy. It is now 3 dead for Worriers, which kind of opens the door here for Inept to maybe make their way up, but great positioning from the final 2, both in Whirlpool, watching over that ball, and it could lead to their team being able to get the first few ticks off in this game of round 2.
Yep, and they're going to be able to take that one as well. And I mean, the players are going to be coming in from the back as well. The spawns as Black Sabbath is going to be here over by A, and it will be traded out with Squiddy, I think, as the shots are still trying to come through. Juke still has that ball in the back pipes area and is going to pick up that kill with the nade as well. So no one's really going to be on that ball for the time being. Squiddy will get caught, will go down. As a lot of the players are just kind of on the other side of the map right now, not near where that ball is, and Inept really has to kind of make their way over here towards where the ball is, because, I mean, they're fighting for map control, but the map control that they're fighting over doesn't really have a whole lot there, and, well, you know, there's going to be Jukes in the back, is going to be a dagger in your back as he comes in, picks up one, that's going to be the ball as well, and they're going to run it in towards the back here.
Yeah, and I think they might have the opportunity to get a good bit of time here, because, you know, a lot of players coming off the respawn screen, although, saying that, they did get the A spawn, and Brawling here, leading the charge. Down goes Jukes, and Brawling hopping down there for the greater good, trying to get that ball played, which successfully they did. Lee in the correct place to be able to capitalize that and kind of get that ball over to long haul. Now, what they're going to want to do here is kind of play C light. You know, they want to have that opportunity to be able to run straight down to C and drop that ball before it causes them any more trouble. But playing that ball into pit, while good, there just weren't enough teammates there to capitalize on that play ball.
Yeah, and I mean, Thumpy there just gets clotheslined in the side as he's running forward, and that's going to force everyone back. 2 dead. Black Sabbath has no HP. It's all going to be on RX Lee here, and unfortunately, they've just not been able to maintain a whole lot of control. They still have 27 points on the board, which is not bad at all, given, you know, how things have been going so far on this map. As well, there comes Jukes. You know, again, as normal, he's 30 and 11 right now. Make it 31 right now. Just ripping through Inept for the time being. They've just not been able to do much here. And Squiddy, you know, just hunkers down, stays alive. The teammate cover is there. And the team of Worriers is just on the warpath right now, it seems like. They're charging right through everything. And, you know, yeah, Inept just hasn't come close.
Yeah, Inept have been kind of trickling in here quite a bit. You know, they need to just take a moment for themselves, right? There's still 30, 40 seconds left, but every one of these single player pushes is going to take away from the opportunity to have a real chance to break up this ball play. Like, it can't all be like, you know, hero guts and glory kind of stuff here, as that ball is remaining back C. 72 points now to 27, the lead, and this is just going from bad to worse for Inept here in this first game.
Yeah, I mean, game number 1 right now is just very heavily in Warriors' favor. I mean, Squiddy's going to be in the back here, still with that ball, racking up a lot of time, and honestly, time across the team is actually really even. You know, you got 51, 58, 56. I don't win enough. Apparently he's just fragging out. And Jukes, you know, 51 seconds and still has 34 and 12. Nearly triple positive right now at the highest level of the league, too.
Right now.
It's kind of insane.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put that right now by winning game 1 here. And great shots there now. I mean, they have the luxury of being able to play Slayer, 50 points the difference. But, I mean, at this point now, with 82 points on the board, you want to just clear this up nice and quickly and keep the enemy team just almost desperating. They've been desperating for this ball since, I mean, what, like there were 40 points on the clock? Like,
something like that.
And yeah, I mean, they just need a little bit of composure here and need to kind of get like slow down a bit. But unfortunately now for them, that time has passed. Jukes with his head on a swivel does play that ball. I mean, there was only 7 seconds left, but I mean, he definitely guaranteed it there with his play at Red Pipes.
Streets, and it's, I can't get over this map with no rockets. Honestly, it's just so weird to me. The opening break is so different now because no one's really prioritizing the mid anymore. So that part is like, you know, super different by comparison. But yeah, there is a camo now.
Yeah, especially because there's a countdown on the camo, right? I mean, that's the big thing, right? It just means like it's completely changed, as you said, the rhythm of the opening here, and it could be that like some teams are still trying to figure their way out or figure out like their way around this new setup, because Inept here 8-2 lead off the start here momentarily, and man. Just explosive stuff. Saying that now, all 4 dead. Curse of the commentator in full effect, and let's just hope that they're able to shake that curse quickly, as you know, it could be a short series otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, right now, I mean, it was a pretty good start out of Inept. I mean, maybe it's just, you know, they're not as good on recharge. I know their captain is actually not playing today either, so, I mean, that might change up some of the things that they have running. And maybe just, you know, they're just a little bit used to, you know, not playing without one of their regular members, and it took them a game to, you know, get started. As you're going to see now, I mean, they're going to be in the lead.
Oh, like this. Oh, man, can't get enough of that red gun, honestly. Really putting in a lot of work there for I don't win enough, getting that kill and damaging, able to get away with his life there on that 1v2. Now just kind of, Inept are going to want to get out of B, right? And basically this is all about Warriors now. Whether they decide to step their foot on the gas and keep Inept kind of in the respawn screen, or if Inept are able to get themselves out and into kind of a stable position before things kind of get a bit too weird for them. 16-16 now the score.
Yep, it's all tied up now. I mean, you know, the other side is beginning to catch back up. They're heating up. Jukes again, 6-5, not the 3.0 KD that we saw before, but still, you know, being up there at the top of the lobby right now. As Crayola is going to find Black Sabbath. Brawling will find Jukes as well. So, you know, trades going back and forth, and we're still tied at 18 apiece. So, I mean, you know, at least Inept, if they were cold on the first map, they've warmed up enough to, you know, be in a pretty good shape. They're pretty, you know, back into the rhythm of things as we go. And that's some great shots out of Black Sabbath there on the Squiddy. So, you know, they seem to be more used to it. I mean, I guess, like, Streets just changes a lot more because, you know, it's a different dynamic. Now that you don't have rockets, you don't have, like, especially in Slayer where the kills are so critical and rocket efficiency is so important, this, like, it just heavily changes the dynamic of the map for you because now you don't have, you know, the main objective to play around. because of how important it is. And I mean, it's just different now, right? You have less, you're relying more on the rest of the sandbox.
Absolutely. And, you know, let's not say, or let it not be said as well, that the you know, the weapon sandbox has also changed around. You know, I mean, we've seen Red Gun and Red Room there in an interesting position. You're not going to have that as early in a game as you usually would to cover that mid lane. But then again, are you going to cover that mid lane as heavily as you used to? You know, it's early days, and it'll be interesting to see as time progresses how teams approach streets now, because there was a time when it got a bit grindy. Like, it was fast, like very fast at the start of Infinite, but it did get a bit grindy for a while at the higher levels for a while. So we'll see now if the pace begins to pick up again with this change of sandbox.
Yeah, we will see, and that's a lot of players falling from the side of Inept. That's going to be 4 dead, and that'll put Worriers just 1 away right now as they're down 30-29. But Inept, you know, was holding that lead. Even with that 4 dead, they still end up coming out on top, and they're still in the lead. And right as I say that, they are no longer in the lead. It's now tied up 31 apiece. And I mean, you know, honestly, after the oddball, I was half expecting this map to be a blowout. I did not think that this was going to go very well for Inept, but, you know, they recovered really nicely from that first map. And they're, you know, doing a pretty good job here of just staying in it, staying together. They're not letting Jukes go crazy like he did in map 1. And, I mean, they're maintaining, you know, kind of a status quo. I mean, they are going to fall behind now. They're down 3 kills currently to the side of Worriers. But, I mean, given how the pace went in map number 1, this is a much better showing.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's kind of become a staple. Like, you know, I kind of say it every week, you know, map 1 and 2 is often traded here, you know, in HRL. And, you know, it's kind of after that we kind of see or separate the wheat from the chaff, right? But the thing is as well, I mean, you've got to remember, like, there are, like, you know, slayers and there are objective slayers, right? And I mean, you know, you have players like Jukes who will go off big in those objective game types because they're able to have the heads up to play around the objective. But it's very different when it comes to Team Slayer. It's a very different approach, and players play their lives differently as a result. And so you'll see players like Squiddy, for example, stepping up 11, 4 and 9. You'll see Thumpy 13 and 10, and, you know, Lee just 6 deaths so far in this match. Just outrageous kind of stuff here. So I mean, 40-40 now, the lead, or the score line. Things are getting a bit tasty now. We're heading to squeaky bomb time, and this one I think is definitely needed for Inept. You know, they definitely need to kind of pick themselves up after that 2-0 loss in game 1.
Yep, definitely. The camo was burned as well. I believe that was Brawling who had it. Did end up getting caught and going down. So, you know, the camo not going to be a factor. That's going to be a big kill for I Don't Win Enough as well. 44-43. We are coming down to the last few kills of the game, most likely. Jukes is going to get driven out into the open, and there's an easy pickup for RX Lee. 14 and 7 with a 2.0 so far. Very nicely played out of them. As we're going to see, it's going to, I mean, I expect it to slow down considerably now. No one wants to be that one to kind of step out of line and blow it for the team. And you can see everyone's, you know, turtling up. Like Worriers now. This is the grindy part that you were talking about, right? And that, was that a BR kill? That was a BR kill. Crayola has a BR in hand, which is something you don't see a lot of, and is going to go down as a result. Jukes, though, finds one, so it's traded back, but then gets double teamed there by the side of Inept. So they're just charging forward. Black Sabbath is so weak in the corner, trying to stay alive. The teammates are going to come through, though, and it's only 1 kill now needed for Inept.
Oh, but 2 down! 49-48! Double kill there from Jukes, cleaning up the damage done by his teammates. And now Lee and Thumpy find themselves in between a rock and a hard place, because I think there's a long flank coming around by Squiddy. Gets a kill, 49-49, and
it's going to come to the Inept.
Take it.
50-49. They land a body that takes all shields, right? So.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one shot, right? I mean, you have to track, and that's what Halo's all about, you know? It's the difference, like, you know, between it and kind of like, you know, more snappy games. like where you would have like a quicker time to kill. Here, like, you know, it's all about tracking your target instead of that one-shot accuracy. So I think that the shock rifle kind of shows off that kind of side of Halo very well, and you know, is, I think, harder to use. But I mean, hey, that's up to
I will miss the sniper. I will say I'll miss it. As that's a I mean, that's a killing spree out of Thumpy to open the game too. 5 straight kills, a bunch of perfects there. So really nice opener from the side of Inept there. They're gonna be, you know, they were almost on a trip cap there to start it off early, and it does look like they're gonna lose B. It's gonna go right back over though. Brawling picks that one up. So this is a nice start here from Inept. They're keeping that momentum rolling.
Absolutely. And yeah, I do remember myself. I had to play, or I had to sub in for someone on this Solitude game, and the sniper was my only friend. It turned like an accurate KD to a more flattering one for me. Gotta say. So, but this back and forth here now, you know, I rarely take too much from the early game in strongholds. You know, things can get very snippy, very back and forth, very puggy, you know, as players look for their opening strats, and they can all kind of hang by a thread on whether or not your player gets a kill. But it's more about when we get to like the, you know, 75-point mark for a given team that we really start seeing the game take shape.
Yeah, but I mean, RX Lee here is going to be on towards C, so that's going to be an AC hold. Right now, coming out of Inept, they are going to claim 2, but they will probably lose C off of this as the rest of the team having to come off of spawn. There's going to be 2 players here to deal with, and unfortunately, I think those players are going to deal with them instead. It's going to be BC now in the hands of Warriors. They're trying to catch up here. They're down about 19 points, but they should be able to eat away at that lead right now, as they are going to be working their way with this double cap setup here. Pushing forward though, Jukes is going to fall. Thumpy is going to be working around towards C and is going to find another player. There's Crayola going down. I Don't Win is going to be the next player up, and does come out on top with the nade. I think that was Squiddy that picked that one up as well. So, you know, the shots are going to continue. They're going to find the pings, find the kills, and with that, they're going to take the lead.
Yeah, they're kind of cycling Inept here a bit, you know, just kind of keeping them in A. I mean, you don't want to fight if you're fighting out of A. Like, that's miserable. Like, that's miserable. You don't want to be in A, you know. So I mean, like, to be able to push out here to B and C, like, yeah, Brawling is the last player alive, but I mean, definitely stem the bleeding off that last push. And if he gets favorable spawns here, he might be able to hold C for a moment.
Yep, but they're going to trade 2 down on each side, and I mean, they're on towards B here as well. Looking at a potential trip cap as RX Lee's going to pick that kill up. Is going to continue to fight forward. Will get shot in the back, though. I believe that was by I Don't Win enough. And that's going to be now AB over to Inept. So, you know, very nicely played here from Inept, making that rotation out. Even though they were 3 down at the time, they still came out at the end with a double cap, excuse me. And I Don't Win enough is not going to be able to pick up that kill, and that's going to be costly to go down. Crayola's finally going to trade one back here. But again, I mean, they just not been able to make much push forward here. And actually, there's going to be a player from Inept on towards C here. So they are looking potentially to make this a trip cap here, and they are. You can see it's going to be Brawling with that camo. And, well, it looks like A will flip over here, but there's going to be a brief moment here of a trip cap. And then, you know, back to... Yeah,
they're going to want to get into shifted. Market as... Oh, sorry, my apologies. They're going to want to shift to market as quick as they can, just to kind of stop that push through blue, you know. Unfortunately, unable to do so, and they are getting collapsed on by... all the players coming out of market and blue there, coming up dip as well. So A now, the hot potato, as Inept is currently holding it, will try and fight their way out to get B. They do have a 30-point lead, but I wouldn't say that's a substantial one at this juncture of the game.
We're going to see, you know, some rotations here. So Warriors, you know, was up at the top. They did have a trip cap at one point, and then that kind of went out the window. It's now gone. Crayola and I Don't Win enough are going to be the 2 up currently for the side of Warriors. as they're going to lose B and C. So that's going to be, you know, back double cap, back to getting points for Inept here, as they're going to be pushing the lead to about 50 points for the time being. But, you know, still plenty of time. They're only at the 120 point mark here, so there's still a good amount of time as well. Unfortunately, Herxley's going to drop down and stare Crayola in the face as he's reloading the weapon. A little unfortunate
he just
there,
found too many targets. Just found too many targets. They were just like, you just I'll put a couple in you, I'll put a couple in you, I'll put a couple in you, and oh god, you know, you always end up with just one bullet fewer than you need.
Yep, unfortunately is, yeah, I mean, you're just kind of caught reloading, and at that point, there's not a whole lot you can really do there. As you're going to see, I don't win enough, can be just buried in the corner, is going to go down to that nade, and it is going to be BC held right now here by the side of Warriors. There's going to be a player here. It's going to be Squiddy, goes down. That's a nice shot from Thumpy. He's going to turn around, try to put the paint on towards another, but hey, that's the whole team. That's the entire Warriors team staring him in the face. And unfortunately, well, he's actually going to get on towards B, and I think he's going to get this cap. Yeah.
Thumpy, you madman. Getting
just
B.
Buries himself in the corner.
He just knew where they were and knew where they weren't. Was able to just hold on just long enough to get that B hold. And I mean, you know, yes, both now flip back the other way, but I mean, things could have been a hell of a lot worse there if Thumpy had not forced time out of Warriors to have to capture back that B point.
It's kind of like, you know, those cartoon characters when the eyes pop out of their heads? That was basically Thumpy there, like jumping up, because he goes, oh, I'll go for this one shot. He jumps up and he sees 3 players, and you're like, oh, that is not where I want to be. And he has to just immediately runs and hides in the corner.
He was unveiled like a Wheel of Fortunes, or unveiled like a Wheel of Fortune prize.
Yep, we are going to see there was an attempt at B there, though, but Inept is going to lose 3 players, and that is going to drop them down here. So they're going to lose that, and it does look like here Warriors have taken the lead. That 50-point deficit completely gone. They're going to take the lead here now, and they're actually very nicely set up in some good forward positions here. The player over on C will get cleaned up, though, and that does mean that they're going to have to turn their attention here towards B, in towards the middle of the map. Jukes will be dealt with, but that will be traded out by on Thumpy. And that is going to be the rest of the team, you know, once again going down. So the double cap is going to stay intact. And unfortunately, Black Sabbath is going to be forced away for the rest of the team here because, you know, there's nobody dead from the other side on the board.
Absolutely. And, you know, Crayola, or sorry, I don't want to know, is quite known as to his whereabouts. But, you know, knowing and being able to do something about it are two very different things. Wow, 4 dead like that.
Yeah, that turned around real quick there.
Yeah, I mean, like this game is on a knife's edge, and yeah, it looks like these two teams now are after stepping their game up. I mean, after like the 49-50, I think we're going to see another close one here, unless something heinous happens.
Yep, we're going to see Camel. We've picked up our brawling here as well. That's going to be a couple dead on the side of Warriors. This brawling probably just going to get in, try to get in behind them here, and is going to end up picking up one on the killing spree as well. Has the camo in place, and is going to get spotted in midair. Yeah, the eagle eyes there from, I think it was I Don't Win Enough, able to pick that one up and spot him out. And they're going to see Squiddy as well here on towards B. He's going to be forced off the point and will get taken down. B will get, well, reset shortly here, but Crayola is still on the point. They got to deal with them.
I don't think so.
Jukes goes down. Crayola is going to be next up. That's a big double. That's 4 dead.
Black Sabbath. I mean, yeah, he's having a rough game, but I mean, that was a massive play to hold on to B, get that double kill, and completely turn the game back on its head. I mean, it looked like they were in a lot of trouble there, and that the games could start getting away from them. But I mean, Black Sabbath just able to hold on. And wow, these two players are in the loop. I mean, yeah, I mean, they have eventually been forced into blue spawns, but oh, I wouldn't be very happy if I were the Warriors after that last exchange.
That's a huge swing as well, and 3 are going to go down. 4 dead again. That's 4 dead. That might be the game here. Inept, you know, sort of, you know, was in the lead a bit. Warriors spent the whole game catching up, but with 4 dead right here, I think this is going to be it. I don't think anyone from Warriors is going to get in here fast enough, and I think that's going to be the game. There you go. 250 is going to tick over, and Inept is going to take it 250 to 166.
Right. No, it is.
Oh, it is actually.
Okay, let's be. It's fine.
I thought Okay, I thought this one got changed. Okay,
I was going to start losing my mind.
They moved. They moved the hill around the camo, around the power up. So OS is now camo.
Oh.
And they shifted it
Right.
now, so it doesn't. Yeah, there's no hill there anymore. I forgot where the hill location is.
Oh.
We'll find out over the course of this map, but it has moved.
Probably up dummies, right?
I believe
Like
I
in
gotta.
No Man's
I need
Land,
to.
like just terrible.
Yeah, I need to know because I need to update all this stuff for TAC maps, but I don't remember exactly where it is. So
Yeah, absolutely.
we'll get this eventually.
Hey, look, I mean, we're gonna see it probably, right? It's definitely in the first 4 hills. So, you know, Warriors off to a good start. They did kind of see a bit of the map, but Inept here now with Black Sabbath just making sure he prevents any mad scoring starting off here. And down goes Squid E as well up top mid. Spawns look like they're coming from mud, so things could get a bit scrappy now. Because Inept do seem to have control of that lane, so it's, I think, going to be a very difficult job here for them to get Inept off of this hill. Saying that, I mean,
here comes Jukes. The battering ram in
Yeah.
the front door. That is Jukes, just kind of went bashing right through everything, and you know, there's the break that you were asking about, and that's going to force Inept back here. They're going to have to be coming in, but I mean, they got to go quick here because they're only really going to get one crack at this, I think, before it ticks over. So Inept right now might end up giving up this hill because they can't get close. Yeah, everybody's dead. RXL's not in a position to do it. 4 dead for the team means the hill ticks over.
absolutely. And, you know, I'm going to go get myself in fighting shape for next week. You know, I'm going to play a bit of rank during the week. Try and get myself used to all these new changes, see what they were. But, like, for now, it's just very exciting to see how this is playing out in real time with these two teams.
Yep, we are going to see. I mean, it is just going to be Jukes chilling on the hill right now as the rest of the team does the cleanup work. And Inept is going to lose a bunch of players on the outside. So that is going to mean that they're going to have to regroup here for this hit. You're going to see Black Sabbath going for the skill jump here and is going to miss it, unfortunately. So he's going to, you know, melee that in frustration. A little bit upset about that. The player on active camo does fall, but gets traded out as well. And here's going to be Brawling coming in from the back. Finds one. Looking for Crayola here as the next player up, and they're not going to be able to finish him off. As the push comes through, it's going to be RXL and Thumpy. Thumpy has fallen down, though, so it's just going to be RXL up top. And they're not going to get a single tick on this hill.
Yeah, I mean, that was start to finish. Warriors just putting up the blockade, saying absolutely no way, no, sorry, thank you very much, kind regards to your mother. Here now is 3, and is it behind scoreboard? Is that where it is?
No, it's in the garage. I think they moved it slightly in the garage, but it's now, like, it was always in the garage. It's just, yeah, in a different location inside the garage.
It's down in,
and I think Hill 4 is, like, underground. Like, in the tunnel. I think it's in the tunnel, if I remember this correctly.
That's going to be a messy hill. That's going to be the new top mid.
Well, the problem is that I think top mid is still top mid. So there's 2 hills, actually. They're now going to be a disaster.
I think bottom mid is going to be the new top mid, and top mid is just going to be
top mid.
Right? Old top mid, yeah. 2-0 now the score, though. And Warrior is just off to a great lead here now in our game 3. Or game 4.
Yeah, no, it is game 4 right now. Inept has got the 2-1 lead for the time being. You're going to see Squiddy's got the plasma pistol out, trying to just pick up some of it. Thumpy finds 2 before finally getting traded out. And this is actually a really small hill. I didn't realize how small this was. It's literally just that entrance into the garage, but you're going to see the players are going to be coming here through the rest of the garage. Shots are going to miss, but that's going to be 3 over to the hands of Warriors as they're going super hard through this first map right now. Or through this map. Oh, okay, never mind. Hill 4 is back here. All right, that is not bottom mid. Or that is not, yeah.
That is.
I'm just going to stop talking until I see it, because clearly...
It was
clearly
very
it's
close.
not correct.
It was very close. Mid, mod, you know, it can happen. But yeah, this is going to be a tough one to hold all right. Like, there's a lot of ways you can cheat damage. But the quantum translocator in control of Brawling here, and wow, there's a QT and camo on this map.
Yep. QT's gonna be is back B, and then yeah, the camo got switched out.
Hey,
or The OS got switched out for the camo. I mean, honestly, like back at the start of the game, it was camo on live fire. It actually was camo, which was really weird because it would seem to switch between camo and OS depending on when, like, it was like a 50-50 chance of like what you got when you loaded in. And honestly, I never understood that. And then they finally made it only OS.
Well, I think it's now social is the opposite, right? So it's like you have your overshield here would have been camo and social, and vice versa for what's it called, recharge and stuff like that. I think
something like that.
But regardless, things still going the way of Worriers here. Not too much to report.
I think we're going
on,
to map 5.
Except for
boom.
Yeah, we're definitely going to a map 5. 15 and 5 for Jukes there. Fantastic.
I believe the commando is out for BRs in the base. And there's actually an OS now. Oh, that's new.
No,
yeah, that one's new.
Is...
Hey, there's no timer on that either.
They're definitely gonna fight over that. Yeah.
There's no timer delay.
And Brawling does pop it, but the problem here he has is that there was someone, sorry, bottom or P1. Does get the triple out of it though. Brawling. Wow. Okay. Yeah. There. Hey, everybody. Welcome to HRL week 4, where we're all learning how to start off, get that overshield, and get a multi-kill. And even finishes off there with a nice kill from the grave. So fantastic work there from Brawling. 6-5 now to score.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally just brawling with 4 opening kills there, and then, you know, the rest of the team is, you know, playing catch up now with it as, you know, it's 7-7. We're tied up. The OS is off the board for a little bit. I mean, that changes the dynamic of the map a lot too, because that is a significantly more impactful power up than what we had previously.
Yeah. What's top mid, QT?
I don't actually think there's anything top mid anymore. I think that's an empty pad.
Oh wow. That's strange.
Unless there was something, someone picked that up.
Could have done, but as well, I mean, that P1, I do like the location of that overshield because it is very kind of a difficult place to live. You know, to make it down to P1. I mean, like, it's a nade hole, and being able to pick up the overshield there. I mean, Brawling did it with just an ounce of life left in his body, and was able to turn the tide. 4 dead now. 4 Worriers leaves Inept with 1 kill lead here as a new overshield comes up, and it falls into the hands of Inept again.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all of them right now. As you can see, Crayola's gonna be forced back in the corner, will get taken down. It's RX Lena who's on his killing spree. That's just across the board. It's just heavy fighting, and I mean, this is, you know, the fast pace that we saw earlier as well on the streets. You know, they're just running at each other constantly over and over again. There's no pause in the action whatsoever, and I mean, I'm not complaining about that at all. And actually, that's a thruster up top mid. That's a thruster top mid.
Oh, right. Man, things really done changing. I mean, I think as well, like, the thruster has proved to be quite the power weapon in, like, Infinite. I don't think I need to tell anyone that. I mean, people would take a thruster over a QT, for example. I think it just falls just below the camo. But I mean, man, they're really mixing it up here this season, and yeah, I'm here for it. Oh, Brawling does go down. Unfortunate. I would not be happy. But Dumpy picks up the 2 kills and stretches out the lead for Inept. Now, 8 kills the difference. Now, we are still in the... We're not even approaching the mid-game quite yet. So, like, big leads like this can happen. I wouldn't worry. Like, I wouldn't be very worried if I was the Worriers, you know. They're still more than willing to come out and play at this point. But saying that now, coming up to the 30 kill mark, yeah, I think now's about the time you can start to worry. Like, they're going to need their big players here to come out, our Worriers. They're going to need a big game from Jukes. But, you know, I think as well, like, I think it was last time, it was Squiddy who did quite well in the Slayer, so may lean on him too. But they have been able to stem the tide. They have kept it at an 8 kill lead, and I've seen bigger leads than this, like forfeited in a game 5 here on HRL. So still a bit of life in this one yet.
There's the OS. It's
Hurt.
completely gone on Jukes.
Does get traded out. It is 7 now, the difference, but 6 now. Oh, Thumpy needs to be careful here because, I mean, if this gets into a 4-kill game, things are gonna get a bit spicy. And it does. We're in squeaky bum time now, Shield.
Yep, no, I mean, we're definitely getting there for sure. I mean, 33 to 28, it was an 8-kill lead. It's now been cut in half here. As things are beginning to pick up, and you're going to see Dino winning up. Has to duck away, but runs right into 2 more players. Still, somehow stays alive, but Squiddy was the sacrifice there, and, you know, he ends up going down anyways. So 36 to 29 here. 7-point lead, and the heat wave got moved as well. I forgot about that one too. So now that one's bottom mid. As we're gonna have Thumpy with that weapon, and just, you know, Crayola just eats it in the face. Goodbye ends up going down as the remaining shots are just fired out here. Squiddy trying to stay alive and is gonna go down to that nade. So 38 to 29. You know, we're right back to a 9-point lead.
Yeah, and I've got to say, great composure from Inept there. They could have let things start getting a bit weird. You know, they were called back to what, like 4 kills, I think maybe 3 at one point. But they were able to steady the ship and get themselves back out to a sizable lead. Saying that now, 3 down again for Inept. They've got to, you know, there are only so many times you can allow that to happen before things start swinging the other way. So with 15 seconds remaining on that overshield, I think it's going to have a big part to play in the closing moments of this game, and it looks like Squiddy might be able to get it.
We're going to see as well. I mean, going to run in there. He might go down before using it, though, and no, is able going to get it. The animation glitch there, I think, because of the mantle, but did get it off there, so Squiddy's going to have it. Now you need Squiddy to go huge here. Squiddy time. Gets 1. Looking to make it 2 here. Gets an assist as well.
1 kill the difference.
I look away for, like, you know, 10 seconds, and suddenly the lead's gone. What the heck happened here?
Hey, man, I'm telling you, like, you know, it's, things can, like, flip on a dime here on Aquarius, and boy, have they. This overshield now gone. Does manage to get a shield back rather quickly. Oh, that could be a very good grenade there. Needs to finish this kill off, but not get too desperate about it. Does go down 42 to 41, still in the favor of Inept. 43 now, but traded out again. And Lee needs to pump the brakes here. If he goes over there, he's going down and giving the lead to the Warriors. And with 2 in the respawn screen, this could be a very dangerous position for Inept to be in. My God, Jukes just going off. 17 and 12 now after having a very difficult opening to this match. Really showing up when it matters the most. 2 kills now, the difference. And Warriors, they could be making a statement here early in the season.
Yep, we're going to see, I mean, Jukes there is going to be going off. Is going to pick up another one. It's 46 to 45. I mean, is this really a game between these two if it's not going to be a super tight Slayer? We saw it in the first one, and it's repeating itself. You know, despite the massive leads that we saw, everyone is like, okay, hold. All stop. Nobody move. And, okay, well, Black Sabbath moved, and because of that, he died. So, you know, that was the punishment there, is that they're going to come through, and that's going to be a 1-point lead.
Yeah,
OS
I think
in 15.
was ratting there quite well.
Oh, it's 1. Jukes finds 1. Jukes finds 2. That's going to be it.
Oh, I think that's it.
Warriors are going to pick it up 50 to 47 at the very end.